you all know me, or at least you knew my old username, DragonflyMaster1324, but I am Dragon Raider Valhalla nowadays. So if you guys are interested, I don't know, things and stuff, this is probably my worst intro. Anyway, so it's still a little bit too hot, and the reason I say this is because outside I went to see if I could do some bow staff training before, like, tomorrow, because my dad and I are going to challenge each other tomorrow with bow staffs, which, if you guys don't know what a bow staff is, it's a chaotic piece of wood. That's the best way to explain it, because it is a piece of wood that is extremely chaotic, and I don't know how else to explain it. What, you ain't on, Venom? Get on if you want to join me. Anyway, but essentially, tomorrow is a day where my dad and I are going to be going at each other with a bow staff. We're not going to hurt each other, of course. Like, there's a limitation to what we're going to do. But, we are going to go ahead and play, because why not? But I was trying to go outside earlier, and I hit myself in the shin more than once, which is, guess what I got? What you get? But other than that, I still have a long ways to go before I'm going to be proficient about it. But if you guys do want to see some of that kind of stuff where, like, my dad and I go at each other for a while for whatever reason, make sure to let me know, because I do enjoy playing quite often, and I'm not often sure how many people actually care for bow staffs. If you guys don't know what a bow staff is, if you guys play For Honor, or you guys have seen, like, IQ or IP Man, which is a kung fu movie, he does use a bow staff, which is technically a piece of bamboo, but we have our own form of it, which is pretty much one that he made forever ago, which was actually pretty cool, because the ones he made, he just kind of got I forgot what it was, a dowel rod or something like that, just a really big piece of wood, and he cut it down to a length to match the person using it, and then that was pretty much it. Besides that, there really isn't much to say besides I'm excited to get back into bow staff stuff, because I did used to do this for a while, but I ended up stopping a long time ago. So nowadays I don't really use it, but I do use bow staff still, because I still have mine. So tomorrow I'll be doing bow staff training with my dad, and or actually testing each other. I could play BO3 Zombies with you. Oh, you got Chronicles, didn't you? Is that what you got? You got the Chronicles? Because, oh boy, that's gonna be fun. So Venom, get on! Get on! I had hiccup. But like I said, I was just outside. It is still way too freaking hot, so I'm not gonna go out just yet. So, y'all got plenty of time to watch me play some games, because it is only like 3 in the evening, and I'm probably gonna end up bow staff training, shower, and I'm gonna cook some food or something. Why? How long will you be there? Because I have until like tomorrow to do stuff. Unless I thought you would be on today. And if you are gonna be on today, what time should I expect you to be on? Or think about you getting on. I don't know why I said expect. My brain not working goodly. Anyway. But like I said, I haven't done bow staff training in a long time, so if you do decide to ask to see videos of me and my dad, or my dad and I, don't expect me to be better than him, but expect me to have a little bit more agility. I was about to say agility, which isn't the word. Agility is the word I meant to say, but essentially, don't expect too much from me, because I can't help you there. But, as always, do enjoy these videos, because I do see people every here and there comment, yo, I love your content, and you know, this or that, and I appreciate hearing these comments, because it always makes me feel good, because I always love to hear that people enjoy the content that I make, because I do try to make content fun and not super boring, so I always like throw in a joke or two, and you know, just this or that. So just keep in mind, guys, I am always trying, and I'm almost never ignorant to you guys. There are some times where I do say I don't really care what you have to say about this, because it doesn't affect me in any way, shape, or form, and I mean that with the utmost respect. But sometimes people don't understand that, and they do tend to be a little bit more aggressive about that kind of stuff. Which it never really hurt me, because I've always been a guy who's like, you know what, if you want to try to offend me, go ahead. It's cute to me. So to me, it is really cute when someone tries to offend me, because it really doesn't offend me. So, I've never really been offended to people, so... No, so I'm pretty sure my chat broke again, because I know usually y'all are commenting, and then I always get that one message from a friend who just says, hey, your chat's broken, and I'm like, suck. That is not what I wanted to do. I didn't mean to click that. Yep, okay. Funny, level is low. Alright, so yeah, my chat... Oh, wait, no, my chat's not broken. Okay. Well then, that's always nice. See guys, this is my problem with this game. But, yeah, like I said, if you guys want to see more content from stuff that I do on here, make sure to let me know. Because I do a lot of different games, and I do play a lot of different things. I said different twice, but I also had a stroke trying to say this. Essentially, I'm always fine with playing another game. It just depends on what the game is that I'll say yes or no to. For example, Fortnite. That is never coming back on this channel. Not until I'm dead. So, it's not going to happen, so try me. But, I will not be playing Fortnite anytime soon. Mostly because, why Fortnite? Like, there are better games. Yo, that medic just straight up stim shot that bee. Anyway. Okay, so it looks like the chapter that they added happens to be with, looks like either a tourist here. No, not the wine! So it looks like the new stuff is gonna have to be in fronts. So we have a know-it-all. I guess that's a college student, I'm assuming. I don't know what to call her. I guess just a random survivor, I guess. And then, of course, a military personnel. At least, that's what I've noticed. There's always, in every case, there's someone who's very well trained with guns. Some sort of person who's good at scavenging for stuff, who happens to be a support class. Someone who's just a random person who knows how to use a weapon. Which is this guy in term, and then there's just that one medic. It's like for her, she knows how to navigate through locations in Russia. He's a weapons specialist. This person is some sort of survivor looking for information. And this guy, it's some sort of figure, so this all has to do with figures. So they're all figures in a way. Doesn't matter what, like someone has some sort of training in something that has to do with emergency service. So maybe she's a flight for life person, which is what I'm gonna say because I don't know what else to say there. So someone who's armed well in certain circumstances of emergency situations. Someone who has some sort of training in gang battles or, you know, gang or in general just battle experience. Except for this one. This one's pretty much just all militia, but they all have like a specific role. And actually, technically, he's from the press, so he was some sort of, I guess, military press personnel. I don't know what she is. Probably the medic. And or just a supplier of ammunition or something. He's definitely just the full gunman, so he's the most trained one here. And then there's this guy, so I'm assuming he's like one of those laid-back people. And I can't tell if that's like a collar or something. But that's kind of the ordeal of these situations. Every group should have a certain amount of someone who's trained in something else. So like, most of the characters I choose are very militorial because, as my character, Jake Lava, he is very well trained in gun combat or armed combat in general. So it's always good to have, you know, like that kind of, that situation. But no matter what, it's still a chaotic thing because all of yesterday, or a good majority of yesterday, we were playing Siege, a little bit of For Honor. I did play a little bit of GTA, and then I got on this, which is when that stream happened. Because that finished. Venom's finished shortly after. And then That was what that was. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna try this because wait, multiplayer. Okay, I don't know what multiplayer is, so this is gonna be one of those moments where I'm extremely new to this and I have not a clue what I'm doing. Trappers. So he has claymores, molotovs, frags. Okay, so I have no idea what I'm doing here. So this is one of those situations where I have no clue what I'm gonna be doing here. So I kind of want to try the multiplayer and see if anyone actually plays this, because some people say this thing sucks. I disagree, but I'm also the person who plays a lot of other games that people say sucks. Phantom. Okay, I like that term. The only problem is there's 2 snipers and then a PDW, which is okay. But personally, I have a problem with that. A stun gun. Okay. So I'm looking through the class to see what I can do. So the assassin is what is intriguing me here, because it's interesting because there's a stun gun in this game, and I don't know how that would affect zombies. I think really all that does is slow them down. But it is an idea, and I don't blame people for doing it. Swarm domination, King of the Hill, Swarm deathmatch, Scavenge raid, vaccine hunt. Now, I will say that the vaccine in the game, like in the movies, is nowhere at all what like other zombies movies would make it out to be. If you guys are wondering what I mean by that, if you've ever seen World War Z, there actually wasn't a cure, rather a camouflage of sorts, which was really a vaccine. But it wasn't a vaccine; it was actually illness. Illness was their immediate counter. Okay, so this is him as a kid. Just so you're aware, the reason he was referring to it in that way, there are a couple reasons why he says those instincts are good. And that's especially what happens in like these situations, the zombie apocalypses and such. Those are actual situations where your real animal, the flight or fight situation, that is all that matters. See? So, if you guys wonder why do I know these kind of things, I'm one of the people who said if the apocalypse ever happen, you should be prepared no matter what. So, like I said, each character has a role. It doesn't matter what the role is, they all have something to do with each other, whether it be medical or just like in general, there's always something you can do. So in these cases, there's always that one thing where if somebody says, hey, this is what happens, that is definitely French. Anyway, but there's always something that has to do with the game. So each thing you do in this game is extremely chaotic, like horde mode. This would be a situation you were to play this and look at it in the eyes, you would slowly begin to understand that in this case there is no such thing as a safe place. The only real safe place around is the one that would probably get you killed. There's nowhere safe in an apocalypse. Nowhere is safe. So like where I'm at, this is probably the most unsafe place, because if you're in a reach to a zombie, which is arm's length, or if you're level to ground, that is bad. Unless it's a bunker, because how are they going to get in? There's only one way in. There's also only one way out, which means you probably want to extend your bunker, so closer to like a mountain would be a good place for a bunker, because you'd have a door in the front, or a door at the top of the mountain, which is only like climbing or walking. And you can just put like a rope ladder there or something, because the zombie can't thoroughly grip something and then continuously climb. So unless zombies are like World War Z level smart. So like, I've seen memes about our current pandemic, which I don't know why people make jokes about it. This is a pretty serious thing. But there was an honest to God truth when they say, please don't let it be World War Z zombies. Make it like The Last, or not The Last of Us. Don't make it World War Z zombies, because these things are terrifying. If you've actually watched the movie or seen the gameplays of the stuff, they climb on top of each other, which makes it absolutely terrifying, because there's no way to escape them in this case, unless you went into the ocean, because the ocean would be the only true safe place. Mostly, okay, so I'm pretty sure my only teammate just left, which is kind of a big oof. Okay, that's a stationary gun. That's right, I forgot. I started off with an AK now, so I don't have to worry about ranged issues. And this person really didn't pay attention to his surroundings, now did he? Ow. Anyway. But like I said, every situation is different, so like for each different level of zombie, there's more or less a way to escape them. Specifically World War Z zombies, there's more or less a way to escape them, and it's not an easy way to get it, especially if you're in like the middle of the world. So like, let's say you're in North America and you're somewhere in one of the middle areas, so like Colorado, Denver, you know, all that. Okay, Nikki. So my chat's broken now. Freaking figures. YouTube's been a nut lately, which is why I'm having troubles trying to do anything really in YouTube. I hate it. Hate YouTube sometimes. It may be a fun streaming service, but oh my god. Killing me schmalls. Anyway, but there's all kinds of chaotic loops that you have to be in a certain apocalypse. So like I said, if, for example, World War Z, you're really not gonna escape that easily. At least, not that I'm aware of. So when this happens, don't go to anywhere high up, because they can get there. Don't go anywhere too low, because they'll get to you there too. Don't go too long range, because the longer range you're at, I mean, there is an advantage for that, but at the same time, there really isn't. So keep that in mind when you're doing anything that has to do with the zombie apocalypse, because eventually there's going to be like maybe 1 or 2 people in the world, and what are they going to do? They really can't do anything against millions of zombies. So in the case being, always be aware of your surroundings, be aware of what you can do, what you can't do. So it's always nice to, like, in my case specifically, always be the guy who's prepared. I may not be a zombie enthusiast person like most, like the doomsday preppers, but I understand a base plan. If the zombie apocalypse happens, get what supplies you have, get what weapons you have, even if that's just a piece of wood. Because in my case, we have guns, but they're not all like immediately loaded or anything, so we'd have to load that at a separate time. And the fastest loaded guns we have is a 22 revolver and the 22 long rifle, which I don't think would proven extremely useful. So I mean, unless you're gonna pop those knees, because as soon as you shoot them in the legs, they're gonna have to crawl. So I'm gonna try and blast caps more than likely. But I would only really use a gun in emergency situations, because as soon as a zombie knows where you're at, that's that point where you're like, oh crap, I'm not going to get out of this one easily. That's a hi, Nikki.
Hello.
But, no matter what, always be aware of your placements. So, like, Nikki, for example, he's pretty close to, I'm pretty sure you're pretty close to, like, the Canadian border. Am I wrong? You're up in Wisconsin, if I remember.
Take about 10 hours, I think.
Yeah. So it would take me, like, if I was trying to get to Nikki or Nikki was trying to get to me, it'd still be about 3 days time just to get to each other. And that's besides the fact that I live in Colorado, he's in Wisconsin. It's still like a 3-day drive. But in the case being, you'd always have to be on the move, and walking is probably your more viable option. So unless you're gonna make a car like armored, spiked, make it so that if they do get on top of your vehicle, they can't immediately get to you and kill you, then here are your options as of transportation. You can go by the seaward side, but I'm nowhere near the sea, so that's kind of an immediate line draw to how I would get to him. So really our only options are walking, biking, driving. And all of those are all ways where they have disadvantages. So like, you'll see a lot in this. Walking is their main source of transportation, but if you have a vehicle, you have to consistently find gas, which in an apocalypse, is there really gonna be gas? No, because that's something we don't have. Because that's human made or machinery made, and machinery runs on electricity, and electricity will not be an option in the apocalypse, because who's running it if almost everyone is a zombie? And I think Nikki can point out some of these things as well, but it's one of those things where no matter how good you are in life, there's still a chance of you dying no matter what. So like, even myself, I can't run very far. I have a good eye when it comes to shooting. Like, even my dad could tell you I'm really good at shooting guns. But it's one of those things where if it was a person I knew or just another person in general, I probably wouldn't have the guts to shoot them unless it was immediate. But like, even my family, my mom, my biological mom, my stepdad, my siblings, we all had this conversation one day, because my siblings said, what would happen if there was an apocalypse and one of us were infected? All of us, or at least it was my sisters, my mom, and I, we were all talking about this, and my brother. It did get quite emotional because my sister was afraid that one day that would happen, and this is one of those moments where it's like, you know what, if it does happen, it happens, you know, but it's one of those things where it's like, no. But, like, for myself, I couldn't do that. It would be really hard, especially because I already have emotional struggle. That would just not help me in the case. But if it's necessary and they don't want to suffer, I don't care to see people suffer. I make people suffer in video games because I'm not actually harming them. So to me, that's funny. But when it comes to real life and I see someone suffering, it kind of sucks. And I will do whatever I can to either make you comfortable, or if you ask me to put you out of your misery and it's completely legal to do that, I will. But in my case being, I will not do it. But especially in the zombie apocalypse, because that's going to be a pain in the neck, because you start to live with that afterward. And that could be all of 5 minutes, or it could be another couple years. So I think when people like joke about it being zombie apocalypse, yeah, I think The Walking Dead would be reasonable. But people don't realize it is a 24-hour infection, because that's even the same thing for digestive systems. It takes 24 hours for everything to get through your system. But that doesn't make it any easier. Sorry, I was getting a drink of water. Again, it's really hot outside. And I was outside for a little while, and I'm wearing a hat, shorts, and a short sleeve shirt, but I'm also darker stuff, so I'll probably end up changing my shirt eventually. But like I said, there are a mix of things that can. Also, Nikki, how's your World War Z doing? How is it still not done? I'm asking. Pardon? I said pardon because I burped.
I know.
And say, well, yeah, why did you repeat yourself then? God, I even, like, for what I remember, suppressors are not quiet, nor shall they ever be, unless you're like Caveira's pistol, because that could actually be a possible thing to do. Either I'm gonna start this, or they're gonna get ready. But you see, this thing, that is scary. This right here is what terrifies people the most about World War Z. Especially because you can mow them as much as you'd like, but it's not guaranteed to even kill them. Is Venom online? Oh wait, no, I forgot. He said he was at his grandma. There are no boundaries.
Try to figure out what to do.
Cool if your World War Z finished downloading.
That was like another hour.
Yeah, put your PS4 in rest mode, watch a movie or something. So that way it'll actually download a little faster.
Oh yeah. Oh.
Can't shoot the screamer from here. Whoa, what'd I get killed by? Did I like get shot or something? Like, whoa. Well, even for high levels, horde mode is too much. That's really surprising. Okay, well, someone just brought themselves up. Yo, lady, we're about to die. Do you mind, like, maybe reviving a teammate or two? Or not. Oh, I just turned into a zombie. That's a bit concerning. My character just turned into a ZEEK.
How?
So in the... Wait, did you say how?
No, like... How did you, like... Did you die?
Yeah, I downed. When you have a chance of turning into a ZEEK when you down.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So when you completely die after being downed, you have a chance to be a ZEEK. Or you could just die. I don't know which one. But I turned into a freaking ZEEK. God, I feel like the guy who was turning ZEEK in the movie. The one guy that was like, hey, we'll help you refuel you. Then, you better hope this work out. And they got bit. And that was depressing. That was a very depressing moment. That was really disappointing. I'm not sure how I want to do this because I don't hold enough ammunition for this. And I need to get... I don't know if there's like a perk for that or something. So I really need to... So deep pockets, carried ammo capacity for primary and secondary is increased. So what I need to get is the deep pockets.
I'm happy now. I did it.
I heard it. So I think what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna do some of the normal missions so I can get the deep pocket stuff.
Am I playing? Am I playing that right? No, I'm not.
I don't know what I want to do. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the tech support since Venom's not on. I might as well continue throughout the story.
Wait, what?
What'd you say? I couldn't hear you because your mic got cutty.
I'm trying to figure out how to play something, and for some reason my brain doesn't know how to play it.
Ah.
Oh, yeah. There we go.
I'm just waiting for the game to load because suck. Meanwhile, Nikki in the background casually playing Pirates of the Caribbean. Oh, I don't like the fact that there are zombies here and I don't even know where my teammates are. Oh, this is just fine and dandy. I'm not even over there. I like how I just loaded into this lobby and almost instantly a teammate is down. I'm freaking out because I don't know what to do. Everyone's dying. I'm just kidding. Not everyone's dying. You tell me that when you're dealing with the ZEEK, my dude.
I bet.
You're not even in yet.
But still, for some odd reason, like, this scary one, not even game-wise, this scary one, Left 4 Dead was scary to me.
How was I never got afraid of Left 4 Dead. I think World War Z scares me more because I realize if this stuff was real, we'd all be screwed.
Left 4 Dead doesn't like scare me when I play it, but like the concept.
I think the concept of World War Z scares me more than Left 4 Dead, because at least like Left 4 Dead, they can all die fairly easy and they also can't climb. But as for like World War Z, they can climb like crazy. They're incredibly intelligent for being brain dead.
Some can climb.
Yeah, but not all. In this case, all of them climb, which means it's 6 times scarier.
For some reason, Left 4 Dead. This is just my personal opinion. The concept of Left 4 Dead is scary.
No, I get your perspective on it. I'm just saying, like, if you think about it more though, Left 4 Dead has more of a fear aspect than anything. Mostly because all of them climb. It's not just like very few can climb. It's everyone can climb. Everyone can eat you. Every one of them they're lethal in their own ways. And it's also like, even if you tried to stop them, there probably wouldn't be a way to stop them. You know?
Sure. I want to talk about something scary. For some reason, it's like scary things.
What specifically do you want to talk about?
Anything at this point. Just like, just on my knees, I'm desperate. Let's take a big gulp of water.
Great, so I'm almost out of ammunition on my AK. This kind of sucks.
Say something random. What are you talking about?
Topic?
Sure. Ocean. There you go.
Oh, what do you want? What about the ocean?
Let's talk about the.
You know what? I have an idea.
What?
What do you think the scariest thing in the ocean is?
Scary, like that we know?
That we either. How about this? You can either make it so it is known or it's unknown, just to make it a little more interesting.
So things that we actually know that exist and things that are rumors.
Either something that could possibly be in our depths, because remember the Mariana Trench, and then what is there that we have seen.
We have not explored like we explored.
We explored more of space than we did the ocean.
I know. I really hope we get more underwater travel.
Same. I think it's just like right now it's not possible, mostly because of just like how deep it is, you know.
And also pressure.
And also the pressure, which is, again, technology.
So there's also quarantine.
Well, the quarantine isn't the issue. It's the fact that, like, people don't really care much for the ocean. Space is so unexplored. Well, space is infinite. So when you say I want to explore space, so you want to explore the definition of infinity. Got it.
There is an end to the ocean, though.
There's an end to the ocean, but we don't know what lurks at the bottom. For all we know, there's possibly even still Megalodon.
Yeah, I was just going through my brain the other day, and I was like, there's stuff like we have not.
Excuse me, are you like some sort of cyborg?
Why?
You said I was going through my brain. Are you like a cyborg or something? Like what the? Ah!
Let me rephrase that.
Yeah, do you mind rephrasing that?
I was just talking to myself as I always do, which I end up doing, just talking to myself.
Oh, don't worry, I do that all the time.
Randomly about topics. Just by myself. And one of the topics that came about was like, oh, ocean. The depths of the ocean.
The ocean depth, like everyone says that space is extremely interesting. We haven't even explored the ocean. What do you mean?
Well, we know there's a whole spider crab down there.
Yeah, for all we know, there's like a literal definition of a spider crab.
Which I think there's they do this, right?
There's a type of thing that looks like a spider crab. Like there's no such thing as an actual spider crab, but it's not like.
No, I think back in prehistoric times there was a spider crab.
There's still one today. It's just a very large crab though. It's not really like a spider crab. It's just a very large crab. Gents, we should probably be going now.
No, there's some sort of like spider that in the ocean, but I forgot what it's called. Not a spider crab. I forgot what it's called.
I don't know, man.
Sea spider?
I mean, yeah, probably.
It's just sea spider.
Let's stick to sea
That's
spider.
actually what it is. Sea spider.
Is it? Did you look it up? Might as well, since I'm here, play some.
There are horseshoe crabs. Looks like they're close. To me, looks like the closest thing to like clear.
You know what's funny? So the horseshoe crab isn't related to a crab at all, apparently.
Yeah, it's not.
So it was apparently it's related to a spider, which is I was always very confused on that. It was like horseshoe crab, but it doesn't look like a crab. But I understand the horseshoe part of it, like you know.
Crayfish are big.
What is it?
I said crayfish are big.
Cratefish?
Cray.
Oh, crayfish. They said protect the doctor, so I engulfed him in fire.
I kinda wanna go. I wish I could go on the world.
What world?
Here, the server. Just
Oh.
walk around. I just
Just
sit
to-
at my desk. I wanna be at my desk.
Well, I'm playing World War Z.
What's that?
You know what? Read
yourself.
Fine, looks in mirror.
Yeah. Ah. Where were we? Ah, yes. Oceans.
Okay, yeah, so give me what you think is the scariest thing. Like, either something we already know about or something we don't.
You gotta give me a fat minute there.
Okay, take your fat minute.
What do you think?
What do I think? I think the idea of Megalodon still being alive scares me. Like, yeah, it may have died, but there's still a chance because we still really haven't explored the ocean all that much.
There was something I read. A while ago. It's by some people. It's like by people who like. It's either true or not true, but it's like, what these make up creatures for the ocean? But there was
Who would make up creatures?
But there was a giant eel that's as big as Ohio, essentially.
That is extremely concerning. Like, I've never heard that, but that is still concerning.
Exezier. I don't know.
Exezier?
I don't remember what it was called.
I was like, I've never heard of that one.
Like a giant eel, like big as Ohio. Just like, jeez.
I like the idea of that, actually. Like, I'm not afraid of eels. I'm probably more afraid of Megalodon than I would be of eel. Because, like, eels, they're not always, you know, extremely zappy zap, but they are pretty concerning. You know?
Anyway. What the fuck is this?
I don't know, that's what I asked you.
That's what I'm thinking.
It's a joke. So in this room alone, we have turrets, explosives, people with guns.
I have like the thing in my head. I like the image. Somewhat.
Bro, I just clay pigeoned a frickin' ZEEK.
You just what to a ZEEK?
Clay pigeoned.
Oh. Why?
Cause why not?
Holy. So free yourself, buddy boy. I will.
Frickin' better.
something I always wondered.
Huh.
Fisherman stories are real.
You mean like the Kraken and stuff like that?
No, like, because there's like people, like, when they go out fishing, like, they ask them all, like, oh, okay, how is the biggest, it's like, I don't know, let's say, pocket.
Oh.
Pocket. They're just like, I've seen one that's like about 3 feet long. I'm just like, well, you got food. You guys got my mind.
Okay, well, stuff like that, most of the time it's just to be like a flashy fisherman, but sometimes it is true.
Sometimes it's real. Sometimes it's true.
Yes, sometimes, but how often? Not.
Yeah, that's what people always say. Don't always trust a fisherman's story. Because it might be
Well, it's a true statement. Don't always trust a fisherman.
Also, unless there's something that might be scary, but somewhat might not be.
Yeah, go ahead.
It depends. It's called a black dragonfish.
I've never heard of that one, actually.
Just search it up, or I can send you a picture.
So, do it either. I'm in the middle of a match, so I think it'd be best just to send me a picture.
It's like black dragonfish. It's like, what is that?
Never heard of that one.
Let me search it up.
Alright.
Actually, I have no idea how big these things get though.
Never know.
I don't know, but I know what they look like. To some people, this would be actually pretty scary. I think this one's a little bit scary. To me, it's like in that middle part, like, it might be scary, but it might not be.
It could be, might not be, who knows?
To be honest, anything that's big enough to eat you, chases you in the water, and you're not a good swimmer, y'all, it's scary.
Yeah, it's definitely scary in that case.
Yeah. Alright, there you go. Just went to let's buy dragonfish.
Freaking knew it.
What?
The ZEEK are gonna be coming from like 6 different positions.
Well, there you go. There's your picture.
Ooh. Is it big enough to eat a person, or is it like big enough? Is it kind of like the? Is it kind of like the cookie cutter shark?
Okay, it doesn't get big.
How
but
big?
It still looks scary. It doesn't. It's 16 inches.
That's really not bad. But that would be enough to probably each arm.
It's only like 2,000 meters of depth.
Ooh, I mean, that's not... That's somewhere we've been, but I think it might be a little... I think it's more deep because... Oh, that's no bueno! That's a lot of ZEEK. Bro, I walk over to our right side and there's like 50,000 ZEEK over the wall.
Alright, this is also another one that to me, like, it's more scarier than the black dragon, but it's just, it's like, it's kind of like the sarcastic fringe head.
The what?
I think it's sarcastic fringe head. I believe that's what they call it.
I've never heard of that one either.
I'll send you an image.
We have 50 cows for a reason, peeps.
The thing also... Oh yeah, that's it. That's it with its mouth open. I like it.
Oh god, yeah, okay, I can see why you'd say that one's probably scarier.
How big do these things get? Thing gets 12 inches.
That's concerning. No!
So many things in the ocean there, it's just scaring me.
long do you need explosion in the back? Oh, yeah, okay, that's a... Man, I'd sure love to give that creature a kiss. Ooh. Ooh. What are we oohing? Fancy. That'll do. You just hear me just go, that'll do, donkey. That'll do.
Yeah, there's only two things. I can't wait for
Okay, then what is the scariest idea of what could be in the ocean?
What could be?
What could be a scarier thing in the ocean then?
That eel.
Well, something that hasn't been told by people in real time.
What could be the scariest?
So, like, for example, Cthulhu. The unpronounceable. Like, something like that. What do you think would be the scariest? We're excluding Cthulhu, but that was just an example, just so everyone's aware. By the way, guys, whenever we do these kind of talks, feel free to just randomly give an interval on there.
Ask a question or something.
Yeah, ask a question about it. What do you... Come on!
Well, the chat's broke. So.
That's true. Well, unless someone's in my chat, I really have no preference right now. Plus, on top of that, unless you want to keep it going, because at this point, I don't want to look at it because I'm playing.
Oh, because I'll be a nice friend.
Thank you. I don't think... Is anyone even in there?
Not yet.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought. I was like, I don't think anyone's actually in there. What's another good... What's another good example? What is it? Actually, I have a new topic because honestly, I remember this from forever ago when I actually was into like prehistoric relations. What do you think would be the scariest bug when they were like 3 times the size of a person? What do you think would be the scariest bug?
Scariest bug.
Yeah, because
hands down.
Like.
Hands down tarantula.
So just the spider or the arachnid idea? Because of how big they were?
Either tarantula or wasp.
I would have to say it'd be the centipede.
Oh yeah, well that's also... Yeah,
Cause that guy would get you, bro.
Yeah, that is also a good one. That is also very much...
That is a very good one, because those things... Woo, those duckers get to you no matter what, my dude. If you guys don't know what we're talking about, because back then, I forgot what period it was, they were giant bugs at a certain point, which meant spiders, centipedes. I don't know if wasps were actually an issue, but we'll just say wasps as a reference.
Okay, I searched up spider first. I'm not searching spider first. How big they were during the dinosaurs and all that. During
hey Google.
Prehistoric time.
What was the biggest prehistoric bug? Well, I'm still gonna look it up. Essentially it looks like some sort of flying bug. A Magneropsis perimia? The largest of all giant bugs of prehistoric. It says it's a distant relative of the dragonfly you see today. It could grow to have a wingspan of 28 inches from head to tail. It measures 17 inches. So it was a big dragonfly, essentially.
That's as big as like a full-grown python, I think.
Is it? Let me see.
I think so.
How big is a fully grown python? 3 to 5 feet.
Oh, never mind.
It says a ball python hatching is 10 inches long, so it's... Dude.
What?
So a ball python hatchling is about 10 inches long, so it's 3 ball pythons. Ish. That's pretty big. So, yeah, maybe it's bigger than a fully grown python.
Well, okay, it was like a dragonfly?
It was a distant relative of the dragonfly. Yeah.
How dangerous is a dragonfly? Like, what would that thing eat?
How dangerous is the biggest prehistoric bug? It just says it's a big. It says it's from head to tail 17 inches, wingspan of 28 inches.
I'm
gonna have to. I can't say it.
Just spell it. Spell it.
MEGANEUR. Oh.
I got it. Got it.
It's big. It's a big mother.
No, one of the first things diet.
It's probably meat based, considering.
They said they were predator hunting. Oh, in this stage of life, they were ambush predators hunting spiders, insects, and small amphibians.
So other bugs and meat.
As adults, the prey of Magneura was other dragonflies, mayflies, and terrestrial prey.
I mean, that's not bad, but not pleasant either.
I wonder if it had predators. Was it an apex?
They probably did. It might have. It had predators. Everything has a predator. Apex predators are extremely rare, I bet. Especially in that time.
Alright, so birds, fish, and reptiles such as lizards. Yeah, so I think maybe
So again,
bugs
mostly meat-based.
Maybe some other bugs were able to kill it. Some, but like mostly it was like amphibians and stuff. Alright,
I think the amphibians would have been its apex.
Well, amphibians, lizards, and birds.
Yeah, I think it's because even like today, like any sort of bug.
What's the biggest centipede back then? I'm searching for it.
What is the biggest centipede in prehistoric time? It lived 3 million years ago, and it was a large centipede at record, growing up to 39 inches in length.
Oh wait, I already know what it is. Things in art.
Yeah, so they grow up to like 39 inches is the biggest one recorded that lived about 3 million years ago. Arthropleura reached 8.5 feet in length.
39 inches? That's like
39. That's, yeah, so it said here, Anthroperlia, I don't know if that's how you say it. Please correct me if I'm wrong. It said reached 8.5 feet in length.
What's the giant centipede? Oh, the Amazon giant centipede.
Ethiopria? Is that what you're talking about? What is it called?
Huh? No, because I just wanted to search what was the biggest centipede today, like right now, living.
What did it say?
The Amazon giant centipede.
How big are they?
Length up to 30 centimeters.
That's not bad.
$10 inches.
Really?
So almost a foot.
That's really not as big as the one that that's really not big compared to what it is. Like, considering the one I just looked at, that, nothing can compare to that. That is big.
Alright, anyways, well, your question was like, what was the scariest thing?
What is the scariest thing possible that could exist?
My answer is still what to call.
That isn't that, and that isn't Cthulhu.
No, my answer is still spider. Like, bug-wise, still spider.
Okay. Did you think about sea?
The water? No, I think so.
You need to think about that one too.
A kraken exists essentially. A kraken essentially exists.
It's just a giant squid, yeah.
Yeah, it's a colossal squid. That's the biggest squid that's recorded today.
Yeah.
And they're still alive. They're still kicking.
I know, there's still a lot of them, but they're also like harder to come by considering they're so deep.
I know. Yeah. We've seen. I think we've seen giant squids, and I think we've seen like 1 or 2 colossal.
Yeah, the colossals. What is the kraken supposed to be based out of? Is it the colossal or the
Probably colossal, because the colossal is the biggest squid. What if I search up kraken in real life?
See what there is. Aw.
Wait, how big is the Kraken supposed to be? That's what I'm wondering.
I'll look that up. Hey Google, how big is a Kraken supposed to be? 40 to 50 feet in length.
Okay, now I'm gonna search up how big a colossal squid is.
It just says 40 to 50 feet, and we're just like, yeah! Sounds about right!
That's about right, Jimmy.
Sounds about right, Johnny!
Johnny Test?
Oh, fudge you, man.
What?
I haven't seen that show since I was like 5. Son of a bit.
How big is 10 meters? In inches.
How big is 10 meters in inches? 393.701 inches. So a big motherfucker.
Is that bigger than the Kraken? Or smaller?
How big is the Kraken in inches? What is 13 to 15 meters in inches?
43. Alright, I got it.
It's bigger. It is way bigger. Wait, no, hang on. 13 to 15 is 511 to 590.55 and or 81 inches. So it's smaller.
Now then, wait, how big was the Kraken again? I don't know.
35, like 30 to 50 feet or 13 to 15 meters, which in inches.
The biggest squid ever recorded was 43.
So that's the closest thing we're gonna get to a Kraken.
Around the same size though. Like to like 50. That's pretty close.
Yeah, I still think overall though, the Kraken is still way bigger because it said 13 to 15 meters.
Yeah, it says 40 to 15 feet, and then the biggest squid that's ever been recorded is 43.
How big is 590.55 inches in feet? So that's 49 feet is 590.55 inches. So the Kraken is approximately max 49 feet.
Yeah. So it's around the same.
So it's around the same. So
and also for all we know, there's still gonna be bigger squids. That's just the
that is true.
That's just one we've been able to record.
Yeah.
Alright, anyways, back to the thing. What also is like that scary, like that's like that like could not easily go like the ocean.
What are some other mythical sea creatures?
Oh yeah, cause mythical creature, yeah.
A giant turtle and whale that appears to be an island and lured sailors to their doom. It's called a Asphriel Dome. I don't know how to pronounce that.
Is that the whale or is that the turtle?
It's a turtle or a whale. They're the same thing, but they appear to be an island and lure sailors to their doom. A Bacoana? I have no idea what that is. A water goat, which is a Babylonian water goat, called a Capricorn. A Cetus, which is a monster sent by Poseidon to devour, only to be destroyed by Perseus. And hang on, I gotta look for more.
You know what would be real scary if it did actually exist?
What?
Which is essentially supposed to be the Kraken, and you know that one, the giant creature in Aquaman that's supposed to be the Kraken, but it's not the Kraken?
No, actually.
Well, yeah, but there's a thing that he ends up fighting and befriending, let's say, and yeah, that's huge.
Huh.
Anyways, I don't know. It's really like hard.
Yeah.
How many years? This is just my personal curiosity. How many years has it been ever since we talked about something like that? Like
How many years? It hasn't been years. It's been more like a long several months. Like, if I had to specify how long I think it's been.
That was like the first or second episode we ever posted, right? About that series.
What was it?
About the paranormal series. That was like the first or second episode we ever posted, right?
About what? What?
About Sunday.
That was actually kind of like our second to third.
I don't know. I'm just gonna go through my history. We're gonna be here for a little bit.
That's fine.
Scroll. Imagine the Reaper Leviathans, bro.
Don't you flipping dare.
Imagine though, like, just actually. Just, like,
I don't want to.
What's wrong with the Reaper Leviathan?
It's a Reaper Leviathan.
it's like, what's wrong with the
That
Reaper
thing
Leviathan?
flipping ate me. It bit my butt cheeks.
Is this the first video? No, that's not it. You go back to World War II days.
Yeah, 'cause that's when we started that series, was when we were still playing like World War II a lot.
Oh wait. This isn't it. I'm just looking through World War II stuff. Oh, that's a good thumbnail.
What was it?
It was like, apocalypse topic in our season 2, episode 1, and the thumbnail for it is a zombie with like, with a zombie reaching his hand out.
Oh yeah, it was that. It was when we were playing zombies about that, weren't we?
Yeah, it was on World War II.
I remember this.
Okay, I'm slowly getting back to the years of. Oh yeah, I forgot. I made a beautiful explanation about explaining one cycle of like childhood, essentially. I need to fix that again because new events occurring, and just fixed it. So,
Yeah.
you know, all the things and the stuff. What's my most viewed video? I actually have no idea what that is.
What are you talking about?
I'm trying to figure out what's my most viewed video.
Something video?
My most viewed.
Oh, I wouldn't know.
What's my most video? Most viewed. That's what I want. I killed a renegade waiter.
What? Is that what the video was called?
That was that was back when I used to play Fortnite when Control my guys before I met you. And I made, because one of my buddies in there was a thing called the Renegade Raider. So I just put it into baby form, baby words. I killed a renegade waiter.
I killed a renegade waiter.
My second most is Rainbow Six Siege, my first Rainbow Six Siege video I've ever made.
You're kidding. That is freaking.
That's like year 1 or year 2.
Oh boy. Bro, I'm playing an online session in Moscow and there's just this one Russian priest looking at me.
No, this one was 3 years ago. This was like near the beginning of Rainbow.
Oof. What are you looking at?
At this point, this is just like things. This is the stuff.
This guy's just looking at me. I don't even understand why. I'm ready.
I've done so many Rainbow Six videos.
Let them come.
I'm switching back to most recent, and I'm scrolling all the way down. We have to go near the beginning of when the first started. That's back in Warfare and Destiny 1. That's World War II. There we go. Now we're starting to get back into the old one. Remember older people?
There was a lot of those.
The first one that we did.
I really don't remember that. Oh god, that's how long ago it was.
With Vinny. On Warfare, I believe.
God, that was like 3 million years ago, my dude.
Yeah. First one we did with Vinny, you and I.
Hey, that was proper grammar.
That was that's been, jeez, that was long. That was really long.
Just like a long time ago, my dude.
That's 20 episodes. If I remember correctly, that's like 13 to 20 episodes. I was doing that. Then that's like the 13th, we were just like, nope, too complicated, we're done. Scrap that. Cause we made it real complicated.
We did. We got real complicated real quick.
I don't know, why do we make it so complicated? Why?
Does everything have to be so complicated? God, this is how you know I'm old, when I start referring to the old music.
Wait, where was this?
What is it?
I don't recognize that map.
What is it?
There was a map on Rainbow Six Siege I don't recognize anymore.
Wait, was that your voice that I heard?
Huh?
Was that your voice?
No, that was a drone.
The noise that I heard?
Yeah.
Oh my god, that did not sound like a drone.
Okay. Why?
This didn't sound like a drone.
I just like worked it and then it was like,
My brain was like, that is not a drone. That.
This isn't my actual first video. On my channel, according, it is my first video. Rainbow Six Siege was my first video, but it really wasn't. I deleted all my own videos to do it.
Well, yeah.
That was black. Oh, these are old days. This is before I even mentioned.
This is way before popularity was a rise.
This is when I used to play with my cousin a lot. And I used to stream with him. And my friend, and my other friends. And as well. Like,
And in later years. This is like before, this was before the revolutionary friendship happened.
Shit, infamous, second son. I did do oh, now majority it's Fortnite. Oh, no, it's back. Oh,
Now it's back to Fortnite.
I think this was the first video that I did much on. That's what.
It might be, I don't know.
That's what it was. I was crazy. There we go. This was my first video I think I made it. It was on a I forgot what it's called. My first World War II video.
Oh god. I actually remember this. That was when we actually, like, for the first time made a collaboration.
That was before we were like, we're not playing anything else but Team Deathmatch.
Oh my god! Oh, we were ugly ducklings back then too. Oh, guys, if there are people on my channel who remember that. Oh my god.
One of my World War II videos were How to Revolver.
I think we were friends at that time too, so I remember this.
Yeah, that was when I used to use.
That was when you only really ever used the revolvers. Oh my god! Oh!
Oh god, with revolver.
Oh my god! I have tears in my eyes from laughing at this.
This was also around the time where I every time we went into 1v1 and we were snipers, you would destroy me and I would destroy you with knives.
That's true. You were the knife expert. I was the sniper expert.
And now we're still pretty evenly matched, except for knives. I still somewhat destroy you with knives.
And what?
And with snipers now, I'm slowly getting to your level.
Yeah, you're slow. Just so everyone's aware.
Still incredibly better. Not incredibly, but I'm still better with your knives.
Yeah. So just so everyone's understanding what the heck we're talking about. If you remember the times when Nikki and I used to play World War II, we were extremely, like, we both were really good at something. I was always really good at snipers, and he was always really good at CQC, like melee in combat. So anytime you ever saw us, like, legitimately play together, it was either we were challenging each other to see who was better, or something along the line. But no matter what, he was always better with melees, and I was always better with snipers. Nowadays, we're almost exactly the same as of personal level, but no matter what, we would still always enjoy these times. We still even do it today, like, who's still better at what, you know, but we're not, like, extremely competitive about it. We use it as we would normally, so, like, on Siege. Who's a better operator? We, of course, have our different opinions, but who's better with said operator? Like, we both have an agreement. Who's better with said operator? Nikki may have played before me, but I say I'm better than him at Doc than he is. But at the same time, it's kind of the vice versa situation. He's been playing Doc a lot more, so I say he will be the better Doc at the time being, because I don't really play Doc anymore. And when I do, I freaking suck, but I am a good Doc.
And when I play Doc, I get ace.
Or close to aces, because the alibi situation. Hey, but it was a wallbang headshot, so.
And then you got karma right back at you.
And I got karma too. By the way, that was one of those days where it was like, I think it was wasn't it like our first match on and we almost aced?
Second match.
Was it? Okay, so anyway, we were playing Siege I think it was like a couple weeks or months ago. I think it was like last month. I think it was like that. Anyway, I just got an alibi and I was trying out alibi and he was playing Doc. It was like our second match on and he almost gets an ace. I nick it, but because I didn't know exactly where he was exactly, but I knew the general region. And then all I remember was it was a hatch. And I shoot through the wall and dome this person through the hatch. Nikki was on a roll for an ace.
I am gonna ask this for today. Oh yeah, before I ask the question, I got a collab, so it wouldn't be better.
Yeah, he did get a collab that game too. What's your question?
Oh yeah, and also another thing. Earlier today, this morning when I was playing with the first, I almost aced the clash again. Or not ace. I was a 4K.
Just angry.
I was a 4K clutch because with the pistol, I was literally being like you know how those PC pros are when they literally just aim, like they what I can't figure turn their gun where they use like aim in and then turn, and then they keep doing it back and forth.
Oh, double takes?
I think so. That's essentially what I did with Clash on their pistol.
I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. It's called a double take, or that's the idea of what it is. It's a double take.
I want the clutch. I literally knocked everyone except for Lion, because Lion mixed with knocked.
Yeah.
But Zofia ran through and shot me. She's all like,
well, I mean, that's always fun.
Anyways, question. You ever play Minecraft?
Maybe? I'm gonna say that's a hard maybe. Definitely not right now, but hard maybe.
Alright. Anyway, that's it.
But we were playing, and then as soon as after that moment, it was the next round, and it was the vice versa. Instead of everyone dying like, no one really died the game prior, but instead of everyone still being alive, everyone died but me. And I got a 4K, and then the noob killed me. And I say the noob because this person was still fairly new, wasn't really using the peek mechanic all that much, so I'm assuming he didn't know. And I even knew where he was, and I started shooting before he did, but I missed a majority of my shots, and he hit, I think, almost all of his shots. You can correct me if you want, Nikki, on that one, because I actually don't remember that one.
Literally, I was watching this dude, like, during the kill, he literally missed everything, except for you.
He missed everything but me, but I did hit him, and he was really low at the end of that, but, ugh.
He was at 20.
Yeah, he had to be really low. Like, I probably could have shot him with the Rhino in one, but I died prior to it, but we still had fun. I'm not gonna lie, I commended him, Nikki commended him, because that was really good. That was a good timing on his part to start firing.
It's like the hand, it's like the invisible hand, so remember, like, the invisible hand turns down the difficulty when somebody plays against people. The opposite for you, it turns up.
The noob was the one to kill me. Why, you may ask? Because I was an idiot. I have to say that was kind of my bad for that situation. I think Nikki can agree.
It's just like, you stole this man's ace. It turns up difficulty.
It turns noob into literal pro. Just so you're aware, everybody, that wasn't really the case, but that's what it felt like, because for both of us, we both sat there and went, son of a bit. Also, speaking of Siege, do you want to go on Siege? And
I am banned.
For how long?
35 minutes.
Then it should be over by now, because I've been streaming for an hour and 22 minutes. So unless you just got off Siege not too long ago.
It just gave me the ban.
Did you try to get on it?
I think I can play casual, I can't play ranked enough.
Why would you play ranked?
No, I'm just listening now.
I know, but I was gonna play casual anyway.
I don't know, we'll see once we get done.
Anyway, but that was kind of a fun little story. I'm gonna stop playing this for a little bit. I'm gonna get some extra water because I'm freaking thirsty. Because I'm dying. I might also quickly...
I might grab food, maybe.
Same here, don't worry. Yeah. I might also go see how hot it is outside just because I want to do some bow staff training a little bit. If you guys want to see more videos from like Nikki and myself, or when we're together kind of thing, let me know in the comments what game, and depending on what it is, I'll have to re-download it. Like for Siege, that's downloaded, World War Z's downloaded, and his is still working on it. GTA, those things are downloaded. Siege, GTA, Black Ops 3, Rainbow, all this, those are downloaded. World War 2 is still downloaded. Minecraft still downloaded. Fallout 76 is still downloaded. I still got a bunch of stuff I gotta re-download, so don't comment too much at once, please. So if you're choosing different games, try to agree on one so I could download it sometime prior and work on that, because I cannot help you when it comes to that case, because literally I have issues. So don't expect too much from me. Don't hurt me for it. I'm trying. I'm working on it. I swear. Other than that, I have nothing really to say besides, like I said, if you guys want to see more stuff from Nikki and myself, make sure to let me know. If you guys do want some other stuff, I don't know what to tell you there. But there's still a lot of stuff that I have to do, and I still have a lot of extra stuff that I need to download, and so on and so forth. So I still have a lot of work I have to do, but for the most part, I'm working on it. I'm trying my best. It's not as easy as you think, especially with how little internet I get nowadays. Mostly because my parents keep turning it off at a certain point of the night, which is really annoying because I asked them to fix that like 2 weeks ago, and I'm not sure if it's going to do it again tonight, but I'm going to try it tonight, and if it happens again, I'm going to have to text my dad and be like, hey, do you mind fixing the internet? Because I asked you to do this like 2 weeks ago, and I'm still trying to download games. I've just been trying to figure out what games to download, so that way I could download them. So I've been talking with my friends because I need to know what I want to get. Because a lot of my friends and I play the same games, so Nikki and I play most of the same games. If you guys don't agree with that statement, well, I could prove you wrong by saying most of the time we're playing together. If we're not playing together, we're playing something that has the same concept. So, like, if he's playing a war game that I don't have, I play a war game that he doesn't have, or a war game that he doesn't have downloaded. So, like, he doesn't have World War Z fully installed right now. He'll go play Rec Room. I have Rec Room, but I don't really play Rec Room. And also, just so everyone's aware, I did download Rec Room, but I made a deal with Nikki, and he actually accepted the terms, which was, I get this, and he plays this with me on For Honor whenever I feel like it, whenever I get on Rec Room. Now, I've played Rec Room with him, and I really haven't tried to tell him we're going to go play Breach, but eventually I'm going to tell him, let's go play some Breach, but not right now, because we have other things we got to do. But, like I said, we still have lots of work to do, we still have lots of time to play things, and I still have a lot of other things I need to download. So, just so everyone's aware there's stuff to be done, I'm just not really worrying about it right now. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm gonna go play Siege with Nikki, and I'll talk to you all later. Des vidania, monsieur and madames, and whatever. Bye!